Moving doesn't have to be stressful. There are things you can do to take the stress out of your move, and that's what we're talking about today. Hey guys, it's Kristi. Welcome to my channel. Moving can be so stressful, but there are ways to take the stress out of the moving process. And one of the things is just being prepared ahead of time and knowing what to expect. So the more you plan ahead, the less stressful your move is gonna be. So today I am gonna be sharing with you my timeline for getting things done and planning out your move so you make sure that you've got all your bases covered and can do everything with a lot less stress. This is part 3 of my Move Like a Pro series. In part 1, I talked about all of my best packing tips. In part 2, I talked about how to organize your valuables to take with you during the move. So if you missed those videos, I am gonna link them in the cards above and in the description box below so you can check those out too. I make weekly videos about creating a beautiful home, simplifying your daily routines, and living your most inspired life. If you are interested in any of those things, then I would love to have you hit that subscribe button and join our community. We would love to have you join us. All right, let's get to the tips. As soon as you find out you're moving, there are some things you need to start doing. First one is purge and organize. I talked about purging in my packing video, but I can't really stress it enough. You need to start purging, and along with purging, at this point, you need to start organizing things. So if you have things that are disorganized in your home, now is the time to go ahead and start getting things in order. Having things organized, so for example, if you have things in a different room that need to actually be in the kitchen or the bedroom, start moving things where they need to go and get things in as much order as possible. That is gonna make your move go so much smoother and make moving on the other end that much easier when it comes time to unpack. The next thing you want to do as soon as you know you're going to be moving is start thinking about your budget. Now guys, it doesn't matter if you are moving on your own or with a company, you are going to have lots of expenses, even things that you didn't expect to have. So you want to start making a list of all the potential expenses throughout your move and start getting an idea of what it's going to cost you for the move. A few things to consider when you're starting to create your budget are things like the movers, the packing supplies that you're gonna need, any type of living expenses that you're gonna need on either end of your move, things that like eating out, because you're probably gonna have to eat meals out, so keep that in mind. Things like a dry cleaners or a laundromat if you're gonna need that type of thing when you're in between your houses. Also think about storage units and if you're gonna need that on either end of your move. And lastly, think about the people that you might wanna do something for or tip along the way. We always tip our movers. It's not a requirement by any means, but we always do it as a sign of appreciation. 6 weeks to 2 months out from your move is your planning stage. You want to start making a list of all the people you're going to need to contact about changing address and maybe service providers that you're going to need to contact and all of those different things. And then you also want to start thinking about friends that maybe you want to make sure you see before you leave and start making plans for that to make sure you get all of those visits in. You're also going to be continuing your purging and organizing during this time. And if there are things that you know you're not going to need between now and your move and you're packing yourself, then this would be a good time to go ahead and start packing some of those items up. If you're gonna be using a moving company, this is also the time you'd wanna contact them to get bids and then also to make sure that they are gonna be able to schedule the move at the time you need. Now, you don't need to schedule it yet, you just need to get the bids and then you'll schedule it a little bit later. When you hit 4 weeks before your move, it is crunch time and things are really gonna be heating up. But if you've been doing all the things I've talked about earlier, especially the purging and organizing, then this part of your move is gonna be so much smoother and less stressful. This is the time now that you wanna go ahead and schedule your movers. During busy times especially, they can get booked up, so you wanna make sure that you get them scheduled now so that you know you're on the books and you don't have to worry about it. If you're packing yourself, this is the time where you want to get into high gear with that packing. And if you're not packing yourself and the movers are going to do that for you, then this is when you want to really ramp up your organizing and getting everything ready for when the movers get there. This is also the time to cancel any memberships that you have. So if you have gym memberships or things like that, a lot of times they'll require a month's notice, and you want to make sure you're not having to end up paying for more than what you actually need. If you have pets, this is the time you're gonna wanna make all the arrangements for your pets. So if you're gonna need to put them in a kennel or have them stay with friends and family, this is the time to make those arrangements. And then also, if you are gonna be taking them on an airplane with you, then this would be the time to start making their flight arrangements, or at least contacting the airlines to see what's required for booking their tickets. And let's not forget about yourself. If you're making a big move, like when we moved from Texas to Alaska, I was flying, and so I needed to make sure that I had arrangements to get not only myself but also Ace to the airport with all of the bags we were having. When you're doing a big move like that, we had tons of bags, and so make arrangements now with a friend or family member, or decide if you're gonna need to order a taxi or 2 taxis or whatever the case is, and start going ahead and making those arrangements now. Made it to 2 weeks out, and hopefully everything is going smoothly, but there are a few things you need to do right now to help make sure the rest of your move goes smoothly too. So one of those things is to meal plan. So go take a good look at your freezer and your refrigerator and think about how you're gonna use up all of the things that you have in your freezer, refrigerator, and even your pantry. Now, most of the things in your pantry you can take with you, but you may not want to take all of those things with you. So be thinking about that at this point, and how you're gonna use up all of those items or give them to people. At this point, you're also gonna wanna confirm with your movers to make sure everything is ready to go for the date that you have scheduled. There can be mix-ups with these things, and you don't want that to happen to you, so make sure you confirm with that everything is okay. Also, take this opportunity to go ahead and confirm with any friends or family that are helping you with things throughout the move. Get things set in stone if they haven't been already. So that would be for things like getting you to the airport, helping you pack, helping you load if you're doing that type of thing yourself. Anything where you have other people involved, confirm. There might be things that you were using till the last minute, but you are gonna end up donating. And so sometimes you have people in your area who will actually come and pick those up. So schedule any donations during that time. One of the things I did during our last move was use 1-800-JUNK. I've never used them before, but there were a few big items like my mattresses that we were getting rid of on that end of the move, but I needed to use them after the movers had already come, taken our furniture. I was still gonna be in the house for a few days, so I wanted to keep those until the very last minute. So I contacted 1-800-JUNK, and I had them come pick up my mattresses and a few other things just a day or so before I was actually getting on the plane to leave, and I highly recommend that. So go ahead and schedule if you're gonna need any type of service like that. And finally, when you're at 2 weeks, this is the time when you want to check with your service providers to find out what the requirements are for getting equipment back to them, because some of them have things where you need to ship it back. I think for AT&T, I've had to ship a modem back to them before. If you have cable or DirecTV, they're gonna want their boxes back, things like that. So contact them to find out exactly what you're gonna need to do, and make sure you have enough time to get those things done. By the time you get to 1 week out, hopefully you've already got a lot of things done, but there are always gonna be last minute things you need to do. There's a couple things that I really like to save until this time, even though other people I know will tell you to do these before. But from my experience, it's better if you wait. One of those things is to call your utilities and any other service providers on both ends of your move, because on the end where you're moving from, you wanna make sure that they shut things down there or are transferred to the new homeowners. And then on the new end, you want to set that up so that it's all ready to go when you get there. So this is the time where you want to do that. Again, I know people will tell you to do this ahead of time, but there's really no need to. And a lot of times what I have found is a lot of these people won't even let you do things until you're at about 2 weeks out. Another thing I do at 1 week out is to get my mail forwarded. I like to keep my mail coming until the last possible minute. And so I wait until this last week before, where I go ahead and go to the post office and get that taken care of. And then I also told you in my part 2 video what I actually do at the home with the new homeowners to make sure that any mail that comes in after that gets sent to me. In the last few days before the move, you just want to make sure that everything is ready for your movers to come in, our friends and family, whoever is helping you with the move. Whenever we've moved and I do these things on schedule, it always helps my move go smoother. So that definitely would be my top tip to you, is kind of plan it out, be as organized as possible, and stay on track with things, and that will make your life go so much easier. Guys, if you like this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps me and lets me know that you like videos like this. And also, if you want to create a beautiful home, simplify your daily routines, and live your most inspired life, then hit that subscribe button and join our community. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye.